Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Spritzo. Welcome back to Pokemon Duel. It's been a while since I made a video like this for Pokemon Duel. The last video I did was just gameplay. There's a reason for that. If you notice, I'm at 1987 ranking right now. I think I was at like 1600 the last time I did a video like this. That's because over the past like week, I've been testing something that I've discovered in the game. If you remember the first few videos I made for Pokemon Duel, the people that I was facing, every time I would get near their goal, they would just move out of the way, or they wouldn't bother fighting me at all. That's because I've now learned that those were probably bot accounts. I haven't gone back to watch the videos to see if they are bot accounts, but you could tell if it's a bot based on its name and based on the Pokemon that they have. The name is usually something pretty generic, like Sage, or Riley, or Rowan, or Terry. If it's a standard name with a capital letter to begin with, it's most likely a bot. The bots are intentional. They're made by the developers. They're in there so that if you lose a few games, like if you're on a losing streak, it will help you snap the losing streak. And you'll get back to a winning mindset. You'll get back to winning again. Now, when you're starting the game, when you first start playing the game, you're going to face people with probably the same Pokemon as you. They're probably going to have the starter Pokemon, the 3 starters, Pikachu, and then Rattata and Raticate. But there's also a good chance you're going to face a lot of bots at that level to get you up to 1500. Once you're at 1500, you're going to start facing real players. But there's still a chance to face a bot, and that's usually only going to happen when you lose a few games so that you can go back to winning a game or two after that. But that is the primary purpose of the bots. There is a secondary purpose of the bots that I discovered, and I wasn't going to share any of this information because I was almost certain that I could get to the highest rank in the game without ever facing a player. I was this close, like very, very close to becoming the first place player with all this information. First thing I want to share with you is the ranking system. According to the ranking details, it resets every month so that everyone goes back to 1500 and can start over again, so that the one person isn't sitting at the top of the rankings all the time. These are just the reward. Oh, here it is. The monthly ratings are reset to 1500 at 0 on the first of the month. The ratings will be decided at 23:59 on the last day of the month. So for February, the 28th, the last minute is 23:59. And then on March 1st at midnight, it will reset to 1500. If you've been playing the game already and then it resets to 1500, you're going to be at 1500. To get to master rank, it's 2300. So that's an 800 point difference. And if you get about 30 points a match, at least until you get to about 1900, which becomes 25 points a match. Let's just say 25 points a match, just to be safe. So 800 divided by 25 is 32. So it would take you 32 matches. You couldn't do it in just 1 month. You wouldn't be able to do it. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know that? The bot's primary purpose, when you face a bot, its primary purpose is to help you snap a losing streak. There's a secondary purpose. Every time you get your daily login, that tells you that it's a brand new day. So you get your daily logins, and then you can start playing again. You can play anytime you want, doesn't matter. But when the daily login happens, that tells you that the next person you're going to face will be a bot. I've done it 4 or 5 times. Every time you face the first person for the day, it will always be a bot. The bot is usually not Bugbot, which is the 2 Heracross, 2 Beedrill, 2 Pinsir Pokemon. It's usually one of 2 things. Weavile bot, which is 3 Weaviles, Yveltal, Greninja, and Ho-Oh, or it's the EX bot, which is 5 EX Pokemon and then 1 rare Pokemon. Usually it's a variation of those Pokemon. Usually you'll see like Blastoise or like Delphox or Yveltal in there. The first player you face will always be a bot after you get your daily login rewards. I'm going to put video up here so you could see it. I'm going to skip through a lot of the video. I'm just going to show you the time of the day that I did it, and then I'm going to show you that the person I faced was a bot. If there was a way to manipulate this so that you could always face a bot, you would be able to get to rank 1. You'd be able to be the first place person, and you'd never have to face a player ever. I just happened to discover this while I was playing the game very casually. I kind of got bored of the game just because I was getting faced against players that were way above my skill level. They had way better Pokemon. They clearly spent money. I wasn't going to do that. So I was getting tired of the game. I didn't really want to keep playing it, and so I played it more casually. And in doing so, I was able to find out that I was playing people that were making just stupid mistakes. Like, no one would just let their goal sit open. I would take Shuppet and just walk right on through. I would never fight. I would never get in the way of the other Pokemon. I would just walk right to the goal. Because the bot would just not fight you. They would make stupid moves on purpose so that you could win. But the primary purpose that everyone seems to understand by now is that the bots are really only to help you break your losing streak. But I've learned that it's more than that. They will always be the first person you face after you get your daily login reward. So if there was a way to manipulate the daily login or to trick the server into thinking it's a brand new day for you, you could reset the bot and you could always face the bot every single time. I've never found a way to do that. I don't know how to do that. But I've been able to go up 300 points without ever facing a real player. And it's not really an exploit because you're not really gaining much from this. This takes a long time to do. You can only do it once a day because you have to wait for the daily login reward. But you could still move up to any tier you wanted, just about, and get any rewards you wanted from those chests. Plus, you would always get these locked boosters without ever losing. You just have to wait 3 days to do it. So it's not really all that beneficial, this information, but if there's a way to manipulate it a little bit, you could become the #1 player without ever having to face an actual player. And I think that's the important thing here. There could be a slight flaw in the game that someone could figure out that would give them the advantage, and they could just face bots constantly and then never have to face a player and then reach the top of the leaderboards. So I don't know if the devs know this. I don't know if they've considered this, but it's something to think about, because if you don't really want to lose and you want to move up in rankings just to be able to brag, I guess, you could just play the game once a day and then face bots every single time. But that's really all I wanted to share. I wanted to keep this under wraps for a while until I found a way to get to the top of the leaderboard. I wanted to show you that I could do it. Another problem with this is the rankings. The guy in first place, last I checked, was at 3,100. He may be higher than that by now. Let's see. 3,106. He hasn't moved. You could not get there fast enough. There'd be no way to get that. It's almost impossible. In fact, it is impossible. You couldn't do it with the method that I have here. You couldn't do it fighting just bots. But you could get to Ultra pretty quickly. And you'd never have to face a player. I think it's just kind of stupid, to be honest. I think the bots, I get the purpose of the bot. It's to help players who are losing. They're always the first person you face every time you start the day, so you get a free win to start. Why not just give me 30 points to start the day? You know, unless you're really dumb and you make mistakes against the bot. I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I wanted to share. I thought this was going to take longer than 10 minutes. It was 11 minutes. I thought this was going to take longer than that, but that's about it. If I learn more about this, I'll let you know. But I don't think there's really much else to find out. As for the rest of Pokemon Duel, I don't really have anything else to talk about with this. Again, I'm not going to spend any money on this game. This is the new event. This is the Fighting Gym Cup. It's the same thing as the Flying Gym Cup, except you've got Fighting and Psychic Pokemon instead of Ice and Flying. I haven't tried it yet. I'm not going to bother. I don't really care too much. That's about it. That's all I've got. So thank you for watching. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you'd like to. I heard the like button is broken. That's all I've got. Thank you for watching. That's the way it is.